Then pag naldaw mo, sir, paki-explicaman kanyami, paki-explain ng maayos para maintindihan po namin kung paano po nabuo ang BLIST.
Well, nung tinamaan tayo ng lindol, July 16 of 1990, at umupo tayo na year 1992. We have been talking about how to help one another. The city of Baguio in the adjoining municipalities. Even sa time ni the late architect Joseph Labanza, the first architect of the city of Baguio, yun yung talagang magandang development na gawin natin to help one another in terms of environment, garbage disposal system, yung distribution of the destination of people, particularly sa mga mag-i-establish ng residential houses nila. Parang hindi sila concentrated lahat sa land area ng Baguio, but we disperse it in the surrounding areas so that they will also progress in these areas and we complement and help each other. So, yun yung starting point of how the BLIST concept had been started. Now, it had been confirmed and affirmed when the European Union Commission had granted a grant for the urban planning of the areas that had been damaged by the killer earthquake. Pumunta sila dito and they included La Trinidad, including the adjoining areas. So the BLIST concept has been strengthened by the comprehensive planning that had been done by the European Union. And after yung study ng European Union na yan, which was then presented at Convention Center, we were invited in Europe at the expense of the European Union. And naalala ko na the Mayor of La Trinidad, the Mayor of Sablan, Mayor Angel, si Edna Tabanda of La Trinidad, the Mayor of Toba, Mayor of Itogon, si Crescencio Pacalso at the time. Si Mayor of Toba, yung kasi patay, unfortunately, Mayor Angel, Mayor of Toba, who were then our companions at the time, they are now on the other side of life. So, ganon. Together with the Mayor of Dagupan, si Al Fernandez, Mayor of Mangaldan, and then Mayor of Calasiao. Yun yung kasama namin at the time na pumunta sa Europe. So, it is strengthened the BLIST concept that should really make all these local government units joining each other, work together to complement and supplement each other in the way of development that covers, of course, the environment, covers infrastructure, that covers garbage disposal system, peace and order, education, social services, all. And sa planning ng European Union, that was how the circumferential road had been approved na dapat maggawa tayo ng circumferential road that will make the city of Baguio nearer in this adjoining local government units can easily access each other together with the city of Baguio. And this helped us a lot because it was not that difficult to ask the national government to help fund yung infrastructure project, especially it is part of the study made by the European Union, in short, the circumferential road, and that was how the circumferential road was conceptualized and implemented. We have totally finished the circumferential road in the city of Baguio. And of course, going to La Trinidad, if you will recall, coming from Quinon Road, you can go up, those going to direction of Pacdal, they can go up Luacan, and then Luacan Road, you can access Pacdal going to Ambuklao without touching the central business district area of the city. And then coming from Marcos Highway, going to La Trinidad in Mountain Trail, you can go to the Puyat Farm, which is now Pine Woods, and then to Asin, go up to Irisan, and then from Lamtang, go up to Tamawan, and then Pico La Trinidad without again touching the central business district area of the city, which will help is out yung problema ng congestion and traffic in the center of the city. Unfortunately, there are certain parts of the circumferential road in the other adjoining local government units which up to this day has not been done or completed. Yung galing ka sa Ambuklao that will pass Silan, that will go to Tublay, tapos na yan. Yung Ambyong Road going to Tumay is already finished yan. Concreted na yan. So, it is helping us a lot. And then, of course, we have organized ourselves, the officials of the blessed area. Usually, it started again during my time, and I said, na let us distribute the chairmanship of the blessed committee, which is composing of all the mayors of these local government units. But later on, sinama namin yung Tublay, the latest member. Now, we have been conceptualizing the passage of a law that should govern and strengthen this concept of cooperation, teamwork, complementary and supplementary rules between Baguio City and the other adjoining members of Blessed. And well, we have to give credit to Congressman Go. He had passed the Blessed law, ngunit parang at this time hindi naman na-implement. Wala tayong masyadong nakikita na difference of before and after the passage of the Blessed law. I hope that will be funded, and let us see how it can be implemented to achieve the mission, vision of why Blessed had been conceptualized and eventually formed, and see how it can later on be improved. Kung kailangan natin na i-amend yung batas na naipasa to further address yung sitwasyon ng mga Blessed, then it must be done.
Do you believe that the number one na kailangan po natin pagtuunan ng pansin ay ang ating kakulangan sa malinis na tubig, ang ating po polluted na lugar dito po sa Bliss area, at ganyan din po sa ating problema sa basura?
Malaking problema natin yung site, or in short, waste disposal system, na wala tayong area na yan yung i-identify natin as our solid waste disposal system in terms, I repeat, of engineered sanitary landfill or waste to energy. That's why we have gone to the extent of negotiating with, of course, Sablan during our time, to Burgos, La Union, to Rosario, and then Itugon sa Ampucaw, and then the last one that I negotiated during our time is the Antamok area of Benguet Corporation, because they have already open pit mining yan. So wala na, natapos na, darin yung area, umuo naman yung Benguet. Meron kami pinirmahan na use of frac agreement kaya for the city of Baguio to use 35 hectares more or less of the vacated land area sa Antamok o Itugon for the site of our solid waste disposal system, we were denying at the time an waste to energy. And we have been convincing Itogon na to join us. And ako, while it's true that we were the ones leading the negotiation for Benguet to give us that area, we are thinking of Blist, hindi lang for the city of Baguio. If that can be turned as the waste to energy disposal system ng ating garbage, it should include the entire Blist area, the province of Benguet for that matter, who can make it as somewhat feasible and less expensive to dispose their garbage through that area. If sana itutuloy nila yan, parang so that's one. And then of course, yung sinabi mo na infrastructure, kagaya yung sinabi natin kanina, yung circumferential road, meron yung sinasabi natin na inner circumferential road and outer circumferential road. Yung outer circumferential road, unfortunately, hindi pa nagsimula. But there was already a plan for that. That will somewhat make another circumferential road that will access the Blist area even further than the inner circumferential road. What had been started, like in the city of Baguio, natapos na, is the inner circumferential road. So, yung problema ng traffic, for sure, nakakatulong kasi kung ma-develop yung adjoining areas, hindi concentrated lang sa Baguio ang destinasyon ng mga bisita na pupunta dito. Alright, in terms of access, mayroong alternative roads na pwede nilang daanan. Hindi lang yung sentro ng Baguio that will talagang complicate traffic in the center. Kung dadaan sila alternate roads, malaking tulong sa traffic in the center of the city of Baguio. That will make them also reach their destination in Blist easier. Makakatulong din sa mga adjoining local government units. At importante, yung development, like ng housing. Wala na, puno na yung city of Baguio. There are vacant available areas in the Blist where housing can be placed. It will develop also the economy of these local government units adjoining us, at the same time helping the city of Baguio in terms of congestion. You know, ito we suffered a lot. Yung flyover sa BGH.
Yeah.
Alam mo yan, that was already part of the European Union urban planning. Yun. That's why I remember it. Then, given the chance na napunduhan yung rehabilitation ng Marcos Highway. Actually, originally, the 1.6 billion that was allocated from the Overseas Cooperation Economic Fund at that time, which is now changed into Overseas Development Assistance, ODA, was slated for Kinun Road. The principal contributor to that fund is Japan. Ngunit nung in-inspect nila ng Kinun Road, sabi nila, the mountains has not yet stabilized as an effect of the killer earthquake of July 16, 1990. So, tinransfer nila sa Marcos Highway. Alright. When it was implemented, na tayo naman yung nakatutok sa kanyang implementasyon, kami kay Manong Bernie na Vergara. Nung natapos yan, may savings kaya na, I think more or less, I cannot exactly kung 80 million yan or what. So, we were thinking, asan natin gagamitin yung savings? Then, sabi ko, Marcos Highway, if you look at it, konti lang yung part ng Baguio City na Marcos Highway. Yet, we have done a lot to see to it that the rehabilitation of Marcos Highway will be done. So, we told the national government, I think it was Secretary Bihilar of Public Works din at the time, sinabi namin, you know, part of the European Union urban expert planners identified priority project for the city of Baguio, yung Baguio General Hospital flyover. Diyan natin gagamitin yung pundo. Wala kaming problema. It was approved by the national government. Ngunit, ito na yung hirap. Ang dami yung nag-upos na nag-gold hunting daw kami kay Apo Vergara. Bakit nagagawa yan? And then it will somewhat destroy the water aquifer of the city of Baguio. At puputulin daw namin yung maraming kahoy. So of course not true. Sabi ko, here is the study done thoroughly. Na unang-una, walang fault line na dumaan dyan. It will not touch the water aquifer of the city of Baguio. Walang mapuputol na yung sinabi maraming kahoy. Siguro 2 o 3 lang na maliliit na, hindi mo naman pine trees yung mapuputol dyan. Na, plus, di cut, yung ginaidining nila, hindi naman nagprotesta yung tiga Baguio. Kasi nakita nila yung, kailangan natin . So, ganon. But you know, nung nanalo sa bidding, they protested the bidding sa national government. Okay, natalo sila. Natalo sila ang against sa BGH flyover. And then they went to court. So, in court, natalo sila, na-dismiss. Then, last na ginawa nila, they went to the office of the president. They went to the office of the president. I think JMA was convinced by them na hindi itutuloy yung BGH flyover. Fortunately, when Apo President JMA, of course, as the traditional guest speaker of PMA graduation, we meet her at the Luacan Airport. Si Director Alquisa, Mariano Alquisa, yung Director ng Public Works and Highways. And then, at the time, then tinawagan niya si Director Alquisa. Pumunta sila sa kwarto. Then, nung lumabas si Director Alquisa, of course, nakita niya ako. Sabi niya, ito yung decision ni Presidente. I-cancela daw natin yung BGH flyover project. So, nagulat ako. Mabuti na lang, as I said, fortunately, nung lumabas si Presidente, sabi niya, Maurice, you ride with me. So, I rode with her in the Mercedes-Benz from Luacan Airport to PMA. When we were there inside, sabi ko, Ma'am, President, I was told by Director Alquisa na ika-cancel natin daw yung BGH flyover. You let your legal study it because ito, baka hindi nakarating sa iyo. Yung sabi nila na i-realign mo yung pondo. Hindi pwedeng i-realign yan kasi foreign fund yan. Only to be utilized for part of Marcos Highway. So it cannot be realigned. Second, the period of realignment, granting that it can be realigned, had long time expired. So it cannot be realigned. Madadali yung gobyerno kung i-cancel natin yan. Bakit naman? Yan undergone the process. Sabi ko, nagulat si Madam President. Sabi na, ganun ba? So, later on, ay, ganun pala. Sabi ni Madam President. So, after na nagsalita siya, mag-press conference. Then sabi niya sa akin, please, join me sa press conference. Sabi niya sa akin. And as I can sense na naiparating na sa media, yung mga nakiusap sa kanya na i-cancela yung project. Natanungin yan so that the President will announce na she is ordering the cancellation of the said project. Yes, I think I can remember even the media who asked the question, but never mind. The question was really asked and nagulat na siya kasi yung sagot ni Madam President, it was just relayed to me the factual na nangyari about the BGH flyover. So, I will let the public works and highways study this one and then parang hindi naman sila mapahiya. And then, after that, you just wait. Yung sabi niya sa akin, puntahan mo si Secretary Ibrani, parang pag-usapan ninyo. And so, I followed the advice of the President. There you are. You have your DJH flyover. It's for you people of Baguio to judge whether that is disadvantageous to us or not. Yung nag-uupos, sila pa yung karamihan na dumadaan dyan. Tayo lang ay trabaho lang. Ginawa natin. So,
And I do believe hindi lang po yan yung flyover na ginawa nyo sa inyong panahon. We're talking also about the flyover in Magsaysay going to La Trinidad.
a lot of them that ano kasi natin yan kasi in line sa in relation sa resulta ng urban planning na ginawa ng European Union in relation with blessed development. So, ganun.
At dahil dyan, sir, ay meron po ba tayong maaasahan pa sa inyo pong pag-upo na bilang congressman sa lungsod ng Baguio?
Well, you know, we have started it. I am, modesty aside, I am always an advocate of blessed development. And for sure, ito yung part of the priority na dapat tutukan. Yung isang importanteng party, yung implementasyon, yung budget for the implementation also of the programs. Kasi kagaya ngayon, napasa na yung blessed law. Ngunit wala ka namang nakikita na difference before and after its passage. Wala tayong naririnig na ito ang budget for focus for the blessed. Hindi lang yung infrastructure, importante yung personal expenses, administrative expenses for there must be the body rules must be formed that talagang nakatutok focus on blessed development that will coordinate also the programs of blessed in relation to the different programs of the LGUs who are members of blessed in order that we will avoid conflict.
So you were trying to say that marami pa tayong magagawa.
So long as we are still here on earth, it cannot be done overnight. It's a continuing homework, continuing concern, and meron at meron pa rin yung ating magagawa. Hindi natin pwedeng gawin yesterday, but today and tomorrow are different. Possibly we can do them.
Okay, so we can do more with Tumogan.
Yeah, thank you.